Hello, everybody. Today we are going to deal with comprehension. What is meant by comprehension? When we talk about this, the first thing that comes to our mind is comprehension is like you are supposed to answer questions, you are supposed to understand whatever is happening. It often happens in the examination, we are given comprehension passage. So we are supposed to understand the questions and answer them. When we look into the definition of comprehension, we understand that it consists of a passage, and below the passage, a set of questions are given. So, if the students are able to understand it and able to answer the questions that are given, they are able to draw the information and meaning from it, then we say they have comprehended the passage well. Now, for some, comprehension is very easy. It's like a yummy jelly. But for some, it's like a nightmare. They find it very difficult to comprehend. Why is it so? There must be some technique, isn't it? Now, looking at the word comprehension, it is derived from the word comprehensio. This is a Latin word which means to seize or to capture. Seize or capture means if you have captured the meaning, that means you have comprehended. If you have not comprehended, means you have not seized the meaning of that word or that sentence. Looking at the three levels of comprehension, they are very simple actually. When you look at their levels, the first one is literal comprehension, the second being interpretive comprehension, and the third one is applied comprehension. When we come to the first level, when we get a passage, what do? We look into the facts and details. Right? If you are given a passage, look at the points, look at the facts. It's better that you underline them. And yes, if it is required for the examination, you may rote learn it or memorize it. Otherwise, you go superficially on that and you try to gather whatever has been given in the passage. That is literal comprehension or the first stage. The second one is interpretive comprehension. Now, once you have the facts and details, you try to find out the meaning behind it. What is meant by this? What is the inference that I can draw from this passage? You can even tap your previous knowledge and experience, right, to understand the passage well. Now, sometimes the author is trying to tell you through some sentences, but he means something else. He's got some inert meaning, hidden in that particular passage. So try and read between the lines also. It is appreciated in this step that if you go for logical leaps and educated guesses, you are a person who has got lots of information, who's got background knowledge, and you can make some guesses also when you read the passage. This is interpreting the comprehension. The third stage is applying. In this stage of comprehension, we, after having understood the meaning, try to answer the questions that are given below. We analyze the particular passage, and as per the question, we mold the answer. So we apply whatever we have learnt in the comprehension, we are trying to apply it in the answers. Comprehension helps us a lot because it is found that people who comprehend, who go on fast with this, they have mastered the technique, they can increase their reading, they can go for any kind of test and clear it well. They have the habit of interpreting the matter, written matter. So what happens when you are on job, you can easily understand something. When you are given a report, a tough a matter to understand, you can understand, interpret it, and you can present it before all. So comprehension is a must skill. We can draw the main idea and draw conclusion from it. So it's very important for us to learn comprehension. Now for comprehension, we must have one thing. See, most of us understand what is reading, but when it comes to reading skill, we are a little confused. We all know to master a language, we must listen well, speak the language, write and read. So what is the difference between reading and reading skill? Let's have a look. You remember when you were in school, you had this idea where the teacher asked you to read the stuff and you involved yourself in reading when you recognized the words and you spoke aloud, right? Sometimes you understood the meaning and sometimes you did not. This was reading and it took long time. Now in this comprehension, you are not supposed to go for loud reading. You are supposed to master reading skill. This means we are supposed to look at the text and understand it silently. We are supposed to pick up, word groups. And this is going to take less time. Just pick up the word groups, put them in your brain, and try to understand the context You don't have to speak anything. And this skill, the fast you comprehend, the faster you can go on. And this is how the skill is very important. It's very different from reading. Have a look at both of them. They are two different skills, isn't it? Now, reading skills require, which are basically required for comprehension or to develop concentration. These reading skills have got different speeds. Like, reading is not just one type. The speeds can be of many types. Let's have a look at those speeds. The first speed of reading is scanning, where you go very fast on the keywords. You are given a passage and you go fast on it because you don't have time. You just have to have an overview of the entire topic or that information. So that is known as scanning. The second one again is, fast, slightly slower than scanning. It is known as skimming, where you focus on the titles, the subtitles, and the heading. I mean, in the first one, you had an overview. That was known as scanning. Now in skimming, you go slightly slow and you try to understand the titles, subtitles, and heading. This is the second stage. Whereas in case of exploratory reading, which is the third one, we try and understand, we try to have the complete picture of whatever the passage is all about, the entire presentation of ideas. Now we need to explore further. So definitely skimming and scanning go fast, whereas when we are going for exploratory reading, we must go slow on it, isn't it? Now then we have the fourth step where close reading is required. Go very slow. Understand the main ideas and the relationships. This will take much time, isn't it? Now when we go for critical reading, we have to question, analyze, and evaluate the text. We are supposed to question, what is the author trying to say? What does this fact mean? How exactly am I going to answer this in the question? All this requires critical reading. Now you need to probe in the facts which you have been reading and you're going fast on it. So critical reading will be much slower than close reading, isn't it? Now when we have developmental reading, this maybe if we want to go for some passage reading which requires, maybe you are given a couple of days, you are given a complex report to read. Now you may not read it in one go, you may not comprehend it in one go, you may require different steps, different stages, right? So maybe one day you would read half a matter or something, second day you may read further. The more you read, the better understanding generates in you. So this takes in various stages and periods. This is known as developmental reading, or these are various reading speeds which help you to comprehend a matter. So we must remember, you must remember certain principles when you go for comprehension. And some important things are that you need to mark the important points in the comprehension passage. Decide what is the basic theme, what is going to be the theme or the title of your particular topic. Reread your passage and form a basic passage. You may find many illustrations, examples given in the passage. Don't focus on them. It's better that you try and grab the entire basic passage. What is it all about? Then, after all this, what happens? Your brain gets actively involved. You're very active, you start analyzing and interpreting things. You start taking meaning out of the data. And you must approach the paragraph with utmost confidence. If you're not able to, comprehend the matter, you have to have some confidence. Read again. Try and understand. And finally, you will get the entire idea. Now, reading process has got 4 steps. And what are those 4 steps? One is decoding. The other is comprehending. Then we have text analysis and feedback. Now, let's have a look at this first one, that is decoding. You are the sender, right? And you send the message. Here in this case of comprehension, when you are reading a passage, you are not the sender. Who are you? You are the receiver. You have got a passage. Now this passage has got certain sentences. You are supposed to decode them, convert them into your thoughts and ideas. So what is decoding? It is the process of converting written message into meaning. The reader decodes in order to understand. So once you start decoding it, remember in comprehension, do not pick word by word. Pick up word groups. So decoding has to be done group by picking up groups of words and putting them in your brain. So decoding will happen. Then you start comprehending it. You start understanding the vocabulary, the keywords that are used, the essence of that passage. find out what is the main theme, then what are the ideas that are supporting it, and basic details. So you'll get an idea about this. This is comprehending. The third step would be, once you go with comprehending, then you have, let me move on further, just a second, students. Text analysis. Now, text analysis means where we have an idea of relevant points, irrelevant points. We are supposed to remove the irrelevant ideas or points. We have to pick the grasp the basic knowledge that has come up from the passage, and then comes the feedback, where you have comprehended something, you have understood it, now you can paraphrase it or put it in your own words. This is the entire process of comprehension. Now this comes to the end of presentation. Thank you.